Hello and welcome to today's Moto News video on the Motocross Network. Today we've got a loaded video for you. We're going to start by looking at the latest on Eli Tomac. He just got back on the bike for the first time yesterday, and we now have a formal return plan for him. After that, we got an update on Ken Roczen. He's been back on the bike for a little bit and hinted at his return plan. We'll talk about that. And then after that, we got to look at Hunter Lawrence, who is speaking on his recent struggles, his game plan for the future, and actually having to go to the doc over the break. And for the final story on the USA side of things, we have an update on Club MX Yamaha rider Coty Schock and when he intends on returning to racing. Onto the MXGP side of things, we got a couple injury updates for you after the MXGP at Czech Republic. The Fantic Factory MX2 rider Kay Karssemakers and the USA native rider Jack Chambers. They both had pretty bad crashes there, and we've got injury updates on both of them, so let's get into it. All right, before we get into the news, almost every issue of the Motocross Network magazine is sold out. We have a couple copies of issue number 8 left over. I think we have like 3 left of these, and then we do have some copies from last year that are on sale. Issue number 5. There's some 2023 ones that are on sale as well, so if you want to snag a copy, those are available. You can also pre-order issue number 10 right now, and if you don't want to do that, you can buy the Mag Pass, which gets you every issue for the rest of the year at a discounted rate. So, yeah, huge thanks to all you guys who bought a copy. Like I mentioned before, issue number 9 sold out in record time, so that's incredible. Thank you guys so much. Let's get into the video. All right, the Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha rider from Colorado, Eli Tomac, has been very silent since being sidelined after Denver Supercross when he sustained a Bennett fracture in his thumb. He went on to have his surgery and is expected to be off the bike for 6 to 8 weeks. Here we are roughly 12 weeks now, or 12 weeks later since this surgery, and we have finally gotten an update on Tomac, and fortunately, it's a good one. Eli Tomac, who is normally a very introverted guy and not really on social media all too often, took it upon himself to give us an update last night. He explained that he had been doing some basic training for a bit, gave his mountain bike a go last week to test his thumb out, and it felt pretty good, so he announced that he would begin riding again today. On top of that, he informed us that his goal for return is Budds Creek, which is in roughly a month. So that's good to hear. Hopefully that goes to plan. But anyway, here's what Tomac had to say in the social post. Quote, update. Finally back on the motorcycle tomorrow. I've been out on my mountain bike a few times trying to build confidence and strength back in my thumb. It's been a long recovery, but it is now starting to make real progress with the pins removed. When will I be back? That's still to be determined, but I'm sure after a few rides, I'll know a realistic time frame, hoping for around Budds Creek. If Tomac does return at Budds Creek, in all reality, that isn't bad considering just when the Pro Motocross season started, they spoke with Jeremy Coker of Star Yamaha, their team manager, and he said that their goal was Unadilla. So for him to go through all this, kind of delay the whole recovery program, and to be back for Budds Creek would be incredible. That'd only be a week later than they were hoping in the first place. So that's great to hear. Like I mentioned, that would give Tomac about 4 weeks of riding between now and the Budds Creek National, with 2 weeks straight off from Pro Motocross due to the Monster Energy National Championship at Loretta Lynn's Ranch. The Pro Motocross Championship will resume with Round 9 Unadilla on August 10th. The Budds Creek is August 17th in Mechanicsville, Maryland. Then the Pro Motocross finale is in Crawfordsville, Indiana on August 24th. So Tomac currently sits 11th in Super Motocross World Championship, 450 points. That's well inside a direct transfer spot into the top 20, but he ideally wants to race a couple rounds of Pro Motocross to get a feel for the bike before heading to the playoffs to finish off the season. I'm pumped to see it. Pro Motocross just isn't the same without Eli there, that's for sure, and I can't wait to see him back lining up soon. Good luck on the training, Eli, and we can't wait to see you back on the gate soon. All right, before we move on, this video is sponsored by Blood Lubricants. Blood is a premium off-road oil and lubricant company. They have everything you could need from chain lube to Clutch RX premium engine oil. This helps preserve your clutch, extend its lifespan. They even have a Bloodbath wash and wax. They have everything you could need, and it's all Chris Kiefer tested and approved, so don't just take my word for it. It's good stuff. For a limited time, you can save 25% off site-wide using my code TMN25. So go give them some love. Head to bloodlubricants.com today. All right, next story of the day. HEP Progressive Suzuki rider Ken Roczen has been off the bike since his nasty Supercross crash back in Nashville. Even though he didn't intend on racing the full season Pro Motocross, this injury still cut his Supercross season short and postponed any potential one-off Pro Motocross races like he did last year at High Point. For those of you who don't remember, which I'm sure you didn't forget. This was the crash that took him out of the 2024 Supercross Championship. Here's that clip. Now, I doubt any of you forgot that crazy crash, but I have to add it in for context of the story. Anyway, after that crash, he ended up with a plethora of injuries, a broken tibia plateau, foot, and toe. Luckily, he didn't need any surgery, just a lot of time to relax, recover, crutches, cast, all that crap. Well, a month ago, Kenny got back on the bike for the first time to do some basic training and ended up doing a lot more than he anticipated. Here's a clip of his first ride back about a month ago. So now that he's had some time on the seat, training, gaining strength back, we've all been eagerly waiting for an announcement to come. When will Kenny come back? What Pro Motocross National will he race? Although it has yet to be confirmed, Roczen posted a clip this weekend of him training and wrote in the caption, quote, "Should Daddy rock up to Unadilla?" Another good day today. Pretty keen on it, not gonna lie. Here's that clip. Now, Kenny stands 12th in Super Motocross points, so he doesn't need to race a Pro Motocross National if he doesn't want to, but he likes it. We know that. And his team, HEP Progressive Suzuki, confirmed early in the season that Roczen would do some select rounds. I think they said 2, potentially. So I think it'd be awesome for Roczen to come back at Unadilla. It's been 2 years since he's raced there. So, yeah, I'd be pumped to see him line up. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Will Kenny line up at Unadilla in a few weeks, or will he wait for a Budds Creek or Ironman? Let me know your thoughts down below. Before we move on, this video is sponsored by Sweet Life CBD. Now, we're all moto people here, and what comes with our sport is never-ending aches and pains. Instead of popping pills that they prescribe you at the doctors, CBD can be a better solution. Introducing Sweet Life. Sweet Life grows all of their hemp here in the United States, and all their products are THC-free, so you won't get popped on a drug test. You can take it whenever you want. All their products are third-party tested for purity, so you know it's all high-quality stuff. That's all available on their website. They also used to sponsor Rocky Mountain KTM and Blake Baggett before that team closed their doors, so they have a history in our sport. So if you want to get rid of those aches and pains in a more natural way, head to GetSweetLife.com and use our code TMN for 20% off site-wide. Links in the description. All right, on to the next story. The 450 class rookie Hunter Lawrence has been a top contender since the beginning of the 2024 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross season. Every race, he's just been a top guy, right around that top group. Everything seemed to be going his way until Red Bud when he made a small mistake, causing him to go down pretty hard and thus throwing away the lead at that race. Here's that crash in case you forgot. Luckily, he walked away fine from this incident, but Hunter Lawrence himself cited this crash as the turning point of the season for him, going from as fast or faster than Chase Sexton and confident to now where he can't keep up with him and is losing confidence. Although his finishes look similar before and after the Red Bud crash, the performances were slightly different. Before said crash in Moto 2 of Southwick, Hunter finished third behind his brother, but was only 11 seconds behind the leader, Chase Sexton. Now, after the Red Bud crash in Spring Creek, it was about the same, 10 to 12 seconds behind Chase. So, no difference. But in Washougal, 45 seconds behind Sexton in Moto 1 and 33 in Moto 2. Now, that's a big shift. Now, I'm not sure why Hunter's attributing this poor performance to his crash at Red Bud. I would think that maybe he just didn't gel with Washougal, or maybe he wore himself out before the race because his Spring Creek performance seemed on par. But hey, maybe he knows more than he's letting on. Anyway, here's what Hunter himself had to say about the situation with Lewis Phillips of Vital MX in a post-race interview from Washougal. Here's that.
Haven't been the same racer since Red Bud crash, honestly. Like, just plain and simple. So I don't know if it's the repercussions of that just kind of dragging on. If it's some other stuff, you know, we're still working very hard, maybe working a little too much during the week. Long season, so yeah, we're going to go back to the drawing board because, yeah, it's, mate, it sucks. I haven't even got one good moto in me, you know, the past 2 weekends, Millville and here, like, it's just a bit shit, to be honest. Like, I kind of speechless. Just, it's not like me, mate, since, geez, I'm normally one of the strongest guys on the track for the last 10 to 15 minutes, and no matter how I approach the moto and the first 15, trying to ride myself in or just go hell for leather, it seems to just be the same. So, bit of a tough, yeah, kick in the nuts, honestly.
Now, he went on to say after that part of the interview that he will be getting blood work done this week to see if they can find any contributing factors with his health. Maybe that's what's causing the problems. I don't really know what to say. I don't understand why he's saying the Redbud crash is when it started, when he had similar performances before and after said crash. His Washougal performance being his first time off the podium all year does worry me, but I don't know what it has to do with the Redbud crash. I'm hoping that it was just an off day for him and nothing major is going on with him medically. Hopefully he can find out what's wrong with him in this couple weeks off we got here, and maybe the blood work will show us something. Who knows? But yeah, good luck to Hunter. We hope you're feeling better, man, and hopefully after this couple-week break, you're back up there throwing down hot laps with him. All right, final story on the USA side of things. Club MX FXR Yamaha rider Coty Schock has been out since he had a midweek practice crash, breaking his wrist about a month ago. He ended up having surgery and all went well there. About a week ago, he got the stitches removed, said his wrist was feeling great, and hoped to be back on the bike soon. The goal being to return at Unadilla. Hear from the man himself in his latest injury update video. Here's Coty.
What's up, people? Just want to give you a quick update on the old wrist. Hopefully get stitches out today. Honestly, it looks pretty dang good. I'm stoked about it, and I'm stoked with how I feel. Came out here, you know, on the $1.25, and had to give the old yamba dum bum 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 ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the motion. We're all good. So hopefully within a few weeks we're back on the bike, and goals for Dilla. No promises, but you know what? We all need a purpose and we all need a goal. So yeah, hopefully. But until then, get back on the old exercise bike, and yeah, keep on keeping on.
Now, as of 3 days ago, he is already back on the bike, just riding the turn track for now, but intends on hopping on the real track soon, and he's making great progress. Now, is his goal of returning for Dilla possible, you may ask? Well, it'll be close, depending on how these next 2 weeks go and how fast he moves up to the real test track at Club. That will determine if he returns by Unadilla or Budds Creek. Either way, it's great to see him healing up so quickly. And we know he's strong because he had that collarbone surgery in Supercross and didn't even miss a race. So we know it's possible for him to take a couple weeks of just getting used to that new wrist. Either way, it's great to see him healing up so quickly. Here's the latest clip of him on the turn track this weekend. So yeah, I'm happy to see him back on the bike. Coty wasn't having the greatest of seasons before he got hurt, but he is truly one of the nicest guys in the pits, and I always enjoy talking to him, so I can't wait to see him back lining up again soon. He told me back at Thunder Valley that he wasn't really hyper-focusing on pro motocross anyway. The goal was just to make it to the Super Motocross playoffs and get some good points and money there. So pro motocross wasn't really on the top of his mind anyway, but we can't wait to see you back, man. Hopefully we see you at Dilla. Good luck on the recovery, Coty. All right, on to some MXGP stories. Specifically, they're both actually MX2 World Championship stories. We're going to start with factory Fantic MX2 athlete Kay Karssemakers. He has been having a halfway decent year, I'd say, thus far. I'm sure it's not what he was shooting for, but to be on a new bike, new team, recovering from a preseason injury and all, I'd say it's not that awful. He started racing professionally in 2022. Then he skipped the 2023 MX2 Championship, dropped back down to the EMX 250 Championship, and then returned under a factory tent for MX2 in 2024. So far this year, in the 12 rounds he's completed, his best finish was 11th overall at the MXGP of Germany, his worst being this past weekend in the Czech Republic, finishing 33rd due to a crash knocking him out of the race. The Fantic Factory MXGP race team assured us after the race that Kay was fine. He had a crash in Moto 1 resulting in a DNF on the day and a sore right arm that he was going to get looked at. After going in for some scans, his elbow and arm were fine even though it was sore, so just some bruising, but he did fracture his thumb. Luckily, it's only a minor injury, so he shouldn't miss too much time, but he will certainly miss this weekend's MXGP of Lommel. Karssemakers said in a press release, quote, "Another setback and arm injury resulted in an early end to the weekend in the GP MX2 in Lacquette, Czech Republic. After a good 12th place in the qualifying race on Saturday, I had a good feeling for Sunday, but during the restart of the first moto, I had an unfortunate crash and suffered a broken thumb and a wound in my elbow. The good news is my arm or elbow isn't broken, another little bump in the road. The luck isn't on my side this year, but we never give up and hopefully we'll be back soon." It sucks to see that for sure. I do think this kid has a bright future in the sport. He just has to keep himself off the ground and continue to build, put in some solid performances, and gain some experience. Either way, I'm sure we'll get more news on him in the coming days, but for now, he's down and out for an unknown period of time, most likely just to miss the MXGP Lommel. So I'm glad it's not too bad for him, but yeah, it still sucks to see him crash out like that. On to the final story of the day. The sole American MX2 rider riding for Bike at Kawasaki, Jack Chambers, has had a very up and down year. Literally, he's had some big get-offs this season, but this weekend's crash in the Czech Republic takes the cake, in my opinion. So far in the 2024 championship, Chambers has been a top 12 to 20th place guy, roughly, and he currently stands 15th in MX2 World Championship standings. Now, on paper, 15th doesn't look too great, but when you go down the list of the guys in front of him in points, you quickly realize why it's not that bad. Just like here in America, the World Championship is pretty stacked as well this year. Now, over the last two races in Indonesia, Chambers finished 13th and 15th and was hoping to continue his trend of consistency into the MXGP at Czech Republic. Unfortunately, in Moto 1, Chambers had a big one. I don't know where he was running exactly because it wasn't shown on the actual race program. But he was spotted a couple spots behind factory Yamaha MX2 rider Rick Elzinga, so I would assume that he was running around top 10 when this happened. Anyway, here's the crash that ended Chambers' day. That was a bad one for sure. Luckily, he didn't get landed on after that. He already got knocked out. We don't need to see him get run over again. We have yet to have a formal injury update on him from himself or the team, but overall, he seems to be fine, just battered and bruised. Here's what he looked like yesterday after the crash. He posted this picture on his Instagram story. Today, he's spending a lot of time in recovery mode, getting massages, doing cryotherapy, red light therapy, and a bunch of other stuff. Here's all that. So yeah, not much more info on him as of now. Hopefully he gives us some more info as time goes on. I'm just really happy Jack seems fine. This could have been a really bad situation for him, and it looks like he got the best case scenario here. Only minor injuries, most likely a concussion, or actually certainly a concussion considering he was knocked out. But anyway, good luck on the recovery, man, and can't wait to see you line up again soon. We need some more Americans over there repping us in the World Championship, so good luck, man. All right, that's all I have for today's Moto News video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these stories down below. What are your thoughts on Eli's long-awaited return? How about Ken Roczen? What did you think about Jack Chambers' nasty crash? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to go support our sponsors, Blood Lubricants and Sweet Life CBD. The link's in the description for all of that. And finally, don't forget to go grab a copy of the Motocross Network magazine. We got leftovers on sale from last year. Here's another one. And then we have only issue number 8 from 2024 is still available. So if you want one, go snag a copy before they're sold out. Otherwise, you can become a MagPass subscriber and get all of the issues for the year at a discounted rate. You can get all that on the mxnetwork.com. Links in the description for that as well. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.